Hello, a very good evening and welcome to the news at 6. Thanks for joining us this Saturday evening. Let's get you the headlines first. Putting Northeast at the heart of the government's Look East policy, Prime Minister Narendra Modi underlines the importance of its holistic development in the India growth story, calls Assam India's expressway to ASEAN at the Global Investment Initiative of the state government. Nominations of 302 candidates found valid after scrutiny for polls to the 60-member Tripura Assembly. BJP releases the first list of 45 candidates for elections to the 60-member Assembly in Meghalaya. Exam warriors. Prime Minister Modi's stress-busting solution to students facing exams released today. Armed with practical insights and excerpts from his Mann Ki Baat addresses, the book is all about creatively beating the exam pressure. And in sports, another feather in the cap for Indian cricket. Under-19 team lifts the World Cup trophy for a record fourth time, beat Australia comprehensively by 8 wickets. Batsmen Manjot Kalra, Shubham Gill, Prithvi Shaw, the stars of the tournament. Top story this evening, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Global Investors Summit in Guwahati on Saturday. Speaking at the event, he said that his government has taken up many path-breaking economic reforms which have simplified procedures for doing business in India. Bhutanese Prime Minister Shering Tobgay was also present at the inaugural session of the two-day investment summit.
The progress of the Northeast is at the heart of the government's Act East policy, said Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the inaugural session of the Global Investors Summit in Guwahati on Saturday. Underlining its crucial role, he said the India growth story will gain momentum only when there is an all-round development of the Northeast and its people.
We created the Act East policy and the Northeast each at the heart of it. Advantage Assam, India's expressway to ASEAN. It's not just a statement, but it is a holistic vision.
Reiterating the importance of the Act East policy, Modi said it requires increased people-to-people contact, trade ties and other relations with countries on India's east, particularly the ASEAN countries.
भारत की ग्रोथ स्टोरी में और गति भी आएगी जब देश में हमारे पूर्वोत्तर में रहने वाले लोगों का, यहां के समाज का, इस पूरे क्षेत्र का संतुलित विकास भी तेज गति से हो। मेरा मानना है कि इम्फाल से लेकर के गुवाहाटी तक और कोलकाता से लेकर के पटना तक पूर्वी भारत के विकास का नया ऊर्जा केंद्र बनना चाहिए और यही हमारा विजन और यही हमारा अप्रोच है।
The Prime Minister also listed out his government's initiatives, saying the path-breaking economic reforms have made India the most preferred investment destination.
The Union government has taken up many path-breaking economic reforms in last 3 years, which have simplified procedures for doing business. It is a result of these reforms that India today ranks 100 among 190 countries in the Doing Business report of the World Bank after climbing up 42 ranks.
Assam is hosting its first Global Investors Summit to showcase its manufacturing opportunities and geostrategic advantages to foreign and domestic investors. The summit aims at highlighting Assam's core competence in different sectors, along with the policy initiatives taken by the state government. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And the Bhutanese Prime Minister was also present at the inaugural session of the Global Investors Summit, and speaking at the event, he said that advantage Assam is advantage Bhutan. Listen in.
As Assam's immediate neighbor, we in Bhutan are excited, optimistic and hopeful. Bhutan stands to benefit from Assam's growth and prosperity as we are bound by history, geography and shared hopes and aspirations. Put simply, advantage Assam means advantage Bhutan.
And addressing the summit, Assam Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal also said that his government has come up with a new policy on tax incentives for setting up industries and tourism units. The Assam government is offering a 160 square kilometer industrial corridor to facilitate easy land purchases for firms without land conversion issues and fresh land allotments to create brand new industrial estates. The summit aims to showcase the state's manufacturing opportunities and geostrategic advantages to foreign and domestic investors.
In the run-up to the summit, we have come up with new policy on tax incentive for setting up of industries and tourism unit. IT policy, biotech policy, startup policy, sugar policy, solar energy policy, sports policy, etc., etc. We have notified 160-kilometer long industrial corridor near Guwahati. We want you to give us more ideas in the summit to promote investment and employment. We'll do our best to convert your ideas into action and meet your expectation.
Commerce and Minister Suresh Prabhu said that the results of this conference will be seen in the coming days. He also praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi for fulfilling the aspirations of the youth of Assam.
हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी के आदेशानुसार उनके मार्गदर्शन में बना रहे, इसमें सही माने में उद्योग जगत की कठिनाइयां, उद्योग जगत की प्राथमिकताओं को ध्यान में रखते हुए बनाई जा रही है. उसमें सिर्फ ईज ऑफ डूइंग नहीं, तो मैं कहना चाहूंगा, यू विल बी एंजॉयिंग प्लीज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस. Not just ease of doing business, but you'll enjoy doing business. It will be a please of doing business. और ये करने के लिए भी हम लोग पूरी मात्रा में काम करें और साथ ही में आने वाले दिनों में यही असम और उसकी जो सभी साथी है, राज्य है, पड़ोसी राज्य, उनके लिए भी एक नई उद्योग नीति बनाने का काम काफी पहले शुरू हुआ है, वो भी बहुत जल्द पूरा होगा.
And staying with the northeast but changing focus to the elections around the corner, political uncertainty continues in Nagaland ahead of the assembly elections. In a setback to the ruling Naga People's Front government, 3 MLAs resigned from the assembly and also from the party. This came a day after the NPF, following suit with the BJP and Congress, decided to contest the upcoming assembly polls. Naga tribal groups and at least 11 political parties had last week signed a declaration to boycott the polls until the centre provided a solution to the Naga political crisis. However, the campaign is increasingly losing steam and most parties are expected to file nominations by 7th of February. And in Tripura, today was the last day of withdrawal of candidatures for the upcoming state assembly polls. 320 nominations from different political parties and independent candidates have been filed. 307 candidates were found valid after scrutiny held on the 1st of February. Voting for the 60-member assembly has been slated for February 18th and counting is slated for the 3rd of March. The term for the state assembly is ending on March 14. And the BJP has released its first list of candidates for the upcoming assembly elections in Meghalaya. The list containing 45 names was finalized by BJP Central Election Committee. The last date for filing nominations for the state polls is the 7th of February. Polling for the 60 seats assembly poll will be held on the 27th of this month. The results will be declared on 3rd of March. In other news, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's book with tips for students to beat exam blues, titled Exam Warriors, was released at the Pravasi Bharatiya Kendra in Delhi. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj was the chief guest at the function, while Human Resources Development Minister Prakash Javadekar was the guest of honour. The Prime Minister has penned down practical insights into the book to help students deal with exam pressure. And now coming back, of course, to the union budget. Days after that, reactions still continuing. And Finance Minister Arun Jaitley on Saturday said that the economy is witnessing a phase of consolidation after a series of structural reforms over the last 2 years. Addressing a function in New Delhi, the Finance Minister launched a CRISIDEX, an index to measure business sentiments for micro and small enterprises.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley inaugurated India's first sentiment index, CRISIDEX, for micro and small enterprises, developed jointly by SIDBI and CRISIL in New Delhi on Saturday.
This now also is a phase for consolidation as far as the economy is concerned. And this phase of consolidation will also be led by this particular sector, the MSEB sector.
The index is expected to strengthen policy making by allowing the government to perform its role as a facilitator by making swift changes.
What are the challenges to that sector? What are the strengths of that sector? What is the cause of optimism? And where is it that the shoe pinches itself? Will all become clear once this objective index comes up.
Based on an index of 8 parameters, CRISIDEX measures business sentiment in micro and small enterprises. On a scale of 0 to denote extremely negative to 200 showing extremely positive, the index will give a detailed breakup of sentiments for the current and next quarters.
इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलेगा ना अभी किस तरफ से एमएससी चल रहे हैं, अच्छा है नहीं बुरा, उसका इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है अभी तक. तो ये सेंटिमेंट सर्वे आपको पता चलेगा वो कैपेसिटी कैसे चलने वाला है, ऑर्डर बुक कैसा है, डोमेस्टिक डिमांड कैसा है, इंटरनेशनल डिमांड कैसा है. तो वो माइक्रो एंड स्मॉल एंटरप्राइजेस का इन्फॉर्मेशन तो मिलेगा आपको ज़रूर क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर.
Union Budget 2018 on Thursday contains several key proposals for MSMEs as part of the government's efforts include these businesses in formal economy. Navvikram Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And days after the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley presented the union budget, Sensex suffered the biggest sell-off since November 2016 on Friday. However, experts believe that the imposition of the new long-term capital gains tax on equities has hurt market sentiment.
Notwithstanding the big sell-off in Indian markets, a day after Union Budget 2018-19 was unveiled, experts believe the correction in broader markets had started much earlier.
Markets valuations were very high, so market was looking for a reason to correct, and I think this has come in that form. So that's the reason that market is corrected.
Beginning this year, Sensex rose above 36,000 and the Nifty crossed 11,000 for almost the entire month, indicating that the decline was not a market response to the budget. Weak global markets also hurt domestic equities.
There was a correction of 800 points something. LTCG के आने के बाद थोड़ा impact तो आना था, and वो कुछ impact इसमें नजर आया है. But जल्दी ही मेरे ख्याल से markets would also revert back to the fundamental aspects of it, and ये असर जो है वो खत्म हो जाना चाहिए.
According to experts, the future direction of the markets will be determined by global volatility, even as they expected key indices to bounce back in coming days. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
With that, a quick break here. We'll be back with more news in a bit. Stay with us.
Tanisha is India's only woman till date to have won the prestigious Grammy Award. This multi-talented singer sings in Spanish, Arabic, Portuguese and other Latin languages too, apart from English and Hindi.
It was in 2010 when Tanvi Shah won a Grammy Award for the best song written for motion picture or other visual media of the revered song Jai Ho from Slumdog Millionaire. She also shared the World Soundtrack Award 2009 with Rahman and Gulzar, besides receiving the BMI Award in 2009 in London for the same. For Tanvi, the motto is simple: live your life. You have one life, work hard, because it might be difficult or slow in the beginning, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. She has been honoured with the First Lady Award by the President of India in 2018.
Hello and welcome to the National Elections Quiz 2018.
6 teams from South Zone,
Andhra Pradesh,
Puducherry,
Karnataka,
Tamil Nadu,
Kerala,
from Telangana.
Fight it out for the finale.
So I need the name of a 172-year-old Government of India body.
Some hits, some misses.
And Kerala with 5.
Election Commission of India presents the National Election Quiz 2018. Watch the second semi-final Sunday at 9 AM and 3:30 PM.
Enter the majestic forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan and you'll come across the Jaipur column. A gift to the Viceroy from Savai Madho Singh, the Maharaja of Jaipur, to commemorate the creation of the new capital. The 145-meter high column is crowned with 6 pointed crystal stars on a bronze lotus, and inside the stone shaft runs a steel tube which weighs a little more than 5 tons. The base of the column has text conceived by Lord Irwin and Sir Edwin Lutyens inscribed on it.
Welcome back. India won the Under-19 World Cup for the record 4th time after defeating Australia by 8 wickets at Bay Oval in Mount Maunganui. Manjot Kalra, Shubham Gill and Anukul Roy starred for Team India.
Team India, congratulations.
The India Under-19 team has won the World Cup for a record 4th time. The men in blue beat Australia by 8 wickets in the final to lift the cup. Batting first, the Aussies were bundled out for just 216 runs. The Indian bowlers were in top form from the very beginning as they gave a hard time to the Aussie batsmen. Ishan Porel, Anukul Roy, Shiva Singh and Kamlesh Nagarkoti took 2 wickets each. Anukul Roy was the highest wicket taker of the tournament with 14 wickets.
Yeah, we had just some few plans and we stick to it and we did a pretty good job on that.
What was going on with that celebration at the end, pushing everyone over?
Yeah, we just playing FIFA and all, the celebration from them, we take it from there.
I can only say our bowlers have been fantastic all through the tournament. They have bowled really well. We guys have supported each other and backed each other in every and each moment. So I can only say it's a team effort.
In response, India achieved the target of 217 runs with 67 balls to spare, thus maintaining their unbeaten record in the tournament. Opener Manjot Kalra was the top scorer for India with his unbeaten knock of 101. He steered the Indian side to victory along with wicketkeeper Harvik Desai, who played a crucial 47-run knock. Kalra was also awarded the Man of the Match award, while Shubham Gill was adjudged Man of the Series. Gill scored 372 runs in 5 innings and was the second highest scorer in this tournament.
Conditions were really very good and it was not a difficult wicket, it was flat wicket, so it was easy to bat on it.
I'm really proud of my team. We were fortunate enough to have Rahul as a coach, so I'm really proud of my team.
India has won the 2000, 2008 and 2012 Under-19 World Cup. With this win, India has become the only side to lift the coveted title for a record 4th time.
Australian skipper Jason Sangha gave credit to the Indian side for their outstanding performance, while the Indian skipper Prithvi Shaw praised coach Rahul Dravid for his contribution to the team.
And honestly, full credit to India. They obviously played very well ever since the first game against us. So all the credit goes to them. And
I think all credit to our support staff from coach Rahul Dravid sir till all the support staff really supporting us from the last 2 years. And all credit to the boys as well who have worked hard for the 2 years as well.
The last 14 months have been sensational, and they really deserved it, the efforts they've put in, and couldn't be really happier and proud for this this bunch of boys. And
President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi also congratulated the Indian under-19 team for their win. President Kovind tweeted that the calmness and composure of the boys has paid off, while Vice President Naidu and Prime Minister Modi said the young boys have made the country proud. Kumar Abhishek's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Talking of young sports persons, not just in cricket, but also in other fields, in sports persons from Haryana, they've earned laurels, of course, both at national and international levels. And to provide best training facilities to the budding sportsmen in the state, the government has set up a number of training centres. Some existing ones have also been revamped. We're taking you to one such centre in Panipat, Haryana.
Narendra Malik is a known face in Buana Lakhu village of Haryana. Winner of the Bheem Award for his achievements in the sporting arena, Malik started a wrestling academy in his village 4 years ago. At the academy, you can find children aged between 8 and 18 years of age learning the nuances of the sport. Many of them have won national and international events, and they are dreaming big to win a medal at the Olympics.
ओलंपिक में गोल्ड मेडल लाना चाहते हैं देश के लिए। ओलंपिक में मेडल लेना चाहते हैं और अपने देश का नाम रोशन करना सर। पहले तो रोहतक गए थे स्टेट में, फिर दिल्ली गए थे नेशनल खेलने के लिए। अच्छा, कैसा रहा परफॉर्मेंस? अच्छा रहा, दोनों में गोल्ड आया।
The Khelo India scheme launched earlier this week has given a professional feel to Malik's academy.
खेलो इंडिया के तहत जो नर्सरियां भारत को सरकार ने दी है ना, तो वो हमारे सेंटर पे आई है। उसके अंदर हमारे 18 बच्चों का सिलेक्शन हुआ है। उसके अंदर क्या है, गवर्नमेंट ने जो 14 साल तक के बच्चे हैं उनको क्या है कि 1500 रुपये दे रही है गवर्नमेंट। इससे ऊपर जो एज कैटेगरी है उसके अंदर 2000 रुपये दे रखे हैं।
The launch of the scheme has given wings to these children's dreams. Shan Sundar's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And here are some more updates from across the world of sports in Sports Beat. Indian shuttler PV Sindhu entered the semi-finals while Saina Nehwal crashed out of the India Open badminton tournament. World number 4 Sindhu beat Beatriz Corrales of Spain 21-12, 19-21, 21-11 in the quarterfinals of the women's singles. She will next face third-seeded Ratchanok Intanon of Thailand in the last 8. In another match, Saina lost to her American rival Beiwan Zhang 10-21, 13-21. In tennis, the German duo of Tim Potts and Jan-Lennard Struff beat the Australian pair of Matthew Ebden and John Peers to give Germany a 2-1 lead in their Davis Cup tie in Brisbane. Potts and Struff beat Ebden and Peers 6-4, 6-7, 6-2, 6-7, 6-4. Germany now need only one win from Sunday's singles to make it through to the World Group quarterfinals. And in another match, Dutch tennis player Thiemo de Baker beat Adrian Manarino of France in straight sets in the Davis Cup. De Baker beat Manarino 7-6, 6-3, 6-6, 6-3. But France levelled the terms after David Gasquet beat Robin Haas 6-4, 7-6, 3-6, 7-5. And finally, in some international news, concerned about Russia's growing tactical nuclear weapons, the United States will modernize its nuclear triad capabilities. It represents the latest sign of hardening resolve by US President Donald Trump's administration to address challenges from Russia. The focus on Russia is in line with the Pentagon's shifting priorities, which have gone from the fight against Islamist militants to the competition against big powers, Moscow and Beijing. The rationale for building up new nuclear capabilities, US officials say, is that Russia currently perceives the United States' nuclear posture and capabilities as inadequate.
We must keep America's deterrent credible by making it modern. The 2018 NPR calls for modernizing the nuclear triad and command and control system, which is necessary, affordable, and long overdue. Our nuclear triad has kept us safe for over 70 years. We cannot afford to let it become obsolete.
While Russia has joined us in strategic reductions, including ongoing implementation of the New START treaty, Moscow retains a large stockpile of non-strategic nuclear weapons and continues to modernize those as well as its strategic systems. China is also modernizing and expanding its nuclear forces. Both countries are challenging the free and open international order.
That's it on the news at 6. Thanks for joining us.